It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Nimble Urban Survivor. I'm your host, Nick Catelli. Hope you're having a good, December 1st, 2020. Happy holiday season. Granted, I celebrate Christmas, but I want to say happy holiday season. That includes Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and Festivus and whatever else you celebrate. Happy holiday season. I don't know what your favorite holiday is. I will say that I celebrate Christmas, but I am a big fan of Hanukkah. Because Hanukkah, that's like 7 days. Like, that's awesome. Whereas in Christmas is like you get like 1.5 days. Because I feel like Christmas Eve doesn't really start until probably like 5 p.m. in the evening, and then you get Christmas Day, and that's it. But then, I'm the type of person who Christmas for me kind of starts today, and then leading up to the big day, that's kind of like the fun of the holidays. So happy holidays. I hope you're doing good, because I don't know what it's like where you are right now, but I can tell you in the city of Los Angeles that we have gone into double secret probation COVID lockdown, and they've closed all the outdoor dining. We have another stay-at-home order. It's very dangerous out there. So hopefully everybody out there, just like the show is surviving. And hopefully that, this show can kind of take you out of that crazy world and put a little smile on your face. Because we had a good topic today, and this is a topic, it wasn't submitted, but, I was thinking about like terrible Christmas gifts from past like boyfriends or girlfriends. So this isn't from like your current husband or wife or whatever. This is like past people that you've dated. Because in reality, I'm not going to lie, my wife is a really good gift giver, because she's smart and she just asks me what I want. Whereas in the past, and I'll talk about this, it's like I've had past girlfriends who just like come up with something, and I'm not going to lie, it's been a complete failure. So to get some really good ideas of like past gifts that people have gotten, I went out and I posted this question on Facebook and Reddit, and I selected some of the answers, and I think I got some really, really good, just like terrible gifts that people have gotten in the past for the holiday season. But I'll start off with mine. And I think one of the worst gifts I ever got for Christmas is that I remember that I was dating this girl in college, and I met her parents for, we did like some Christmas thing, whatever. It was okay. It's always that like social awkward situation where you're like the boyfriend, and then you have to like meet the whole family during Christmas, and nobody's really that friendly. So the parents, instead of giving me a gift personally, because my parents had given her a gift personally, because my parents are like really awesome gift givers. I mean, they'll give you a gift if they just met you for 5 seconds. But her parents got us, and I hate when people do this, a couple's gift that was for both of us. And what the couple's gift, I guess, it was a metal popcorn tin with a couple pieces of like, microwavable popcorn packets in there. Not a whole box. It looked like they had purchased the box, taken out 2 of the packets, threw that in there. I think threw some like Twizzlers in there, some Milk Duds, and maybe like a coupon or something to like a movie theater. Okay. So I guess it was like, we could use the gift to like go to the movies and eat candy. Whereas in reality, they probably bought all that stuff at a Walgreens or CVS for like $5. But I guess if you really think about it economically, if I was to buy all that stuff at a movie theater, they probably dropped like $300 to $500 on that. But I would assume they didn't do that. So the best is, they give me the gift. I think a couple's gift is a cop-out because, I'm a selfish person at Christmas. And I think the gift, if you're going to give a gift, give me the gift. Don't include your daughter in on the gift, because you've already given her probably like multiple gifts. So we get this, right? So I'm going to tell you right now, this is the only time I saw the gift. Like I saw it and then it disappeared. Like they didn't really give it to me. I think they gave it to her and they're like, we got you this couple's gift so you can go to the movies. And I was like, great. Because, I think some of the best acting, even if you're not an actor, takes place during the holidays because, you'll get like those shitty gifts, but yet you still have to be like, oh, this is the most amazing thing I've ever gotten. It's a wonderful wonder. I mean, I'd be handing out Tony Awards, Emmys, and Oscars like all over the place for the performances that we've all had to do when we've gotten terrible gifts. So, they present the couple's gift. Terrible gift, by the way. And then I never see it again. That day, it disappears. So that night, after the party is over, and everybody's kind of gone home, and I've hung back, obviously, to spend time with the girl that I was courting, I go into the living room, and I see her parents are watching a movie and eating my gift. They've popped the popcorn, they're eating the Milk Duds, and they're devouring the liquor. So they ate the gift. And I didn't even know what to do. I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh my God, like I thought that was like my couple's gift. And now they're consuming it. And they know I'm here too. I can't imagine they're like that stupid that they're like, oh, we're going to eat this. So I don't know if that was like a passive aggressive way to say that we don't like you, stop dating our daughter, which it could have been. Or if they literally are just, that big of douchebags. I'm going to go with the douchebag route. But I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if you've ever been given like a gift, like an edible gift. Like somebody would be like, we bought you a cake or an edible arrangement. And then the person who gave it to you eats it all. That's a douchebag move. I don't know how you survive that, to be honest. I would say you might have to just go out and buy a replica of that gift for yourself using your own money to enjoy it, but you don't want to do that. So that's like one of my worst gifts I've ever gotten. The other thing too I've ever gotten from like past girlfriends is I always find that girls will buy me clothes because you'll meet a girl and sometimes they want to change you, or like you'll meet a guy and they want to like change your image or your look. And I've had girls do that, and they do it like passive aggressively through Christmas gifts. But the funny thing is, and this is nothing to blame because girls don't know guys' bodies. I would always get like articles of clothing, and they would be like, I wear a large because I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. So I just wear like a large, but they would buy me like double XLs. And I remember this girl got me like a double XL shirt, and it was like I was wearing like literally like a blanket because it was so big. And then I couldn't like return it and be like, do you not know my size? I guess it's my fault because I probably should have been walking around her naked more to let her see my body shape. But sadly, I didn't do that. So I guess that's a good tip for you guys. If you think that your girlfriend or your boyfriend is going to buy you clothing, it might be best to, strip down in front of them, walk around naked. Let them really see your body type, just so that when they go to the clothing store, they're like, well, maybe, I thought he was going to be an XXL. Maybe he's just an L or a medium, vice versa. Just a little tip there. So those are my two things. But we went online, and I think we really got some really good, terrible gift ideas from, past boyfriends and girlfriends. Because in reality, I think that like a boyfriend-girlfriend gift, I personally, and this is my opinion, it should have some sort of like touch of like romance or intimacy, or, I like you, and this gift has kind of like a special meaning to it. So let's jump right into this. And the first one, this is a good one. Someone just put a Sonic toothbrush. They got a Sonic toothbrush from their past boyfriend, which, well, number one, I guess it's better than a regular toothbrush. You got like a battery-operated Sonic toothbrush. And I think the value of those are anywhere from like $70 to $110. But, when you think about that, if I got a Sonic toothbrush for Christmas, the first thing I'm thinking, I'm like, well, are you trying to say something about my breath or my teeth bad? I think it's one of those things like if your significant other or your past, boyfriend or girlfriend gets you like a hygienic product, I feel like that's bad. I feel like that's a passive aggressive sign. Like if I was dating a girl and they're like, Nick, I bought you, some bars of soap, I'd kind of be like, well, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say I'm stinky? So that is a terrible gift. I would never give someone a Sonic toothbrush. I wouldn't even give my wife a Sonic toothbrush because I feel like that is definitely sending the wrong message of that, you have bad teeth. You should go to the dentist. So that's pretty funny, a Sonic toothbrush. The next one is somebody put that their ex got a drawing done of his animal, his cat, as a Christmas present. And it's really funny. You can't see it. He actually sent me the picture of the cat. And it looks terrible. And he even says that my cat looks spastic in it. And here's the funny thing is I don't know if his girlfriend drew the cat. If she hired someone to draw the cat, I mean, she needs to get her money back pronto. But that kind of brings up a good point. What do you do when you have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they give you like an artistic gift, but it looks like shit? They're like, oh, I sculpted this sculpture of you. And then it looks like, complete and utter crap. It looks like something that like my son would make in his preschool class. But yet you have to act like it's the best work of art in the world. And in the picture, it's even better because it's a terrible picture. It's a terrible drawing of a cat. But yet it's like framed and it's on the wall. Because that's the sad thing is like when you're dating that person and they give you like an artistic piece that they made, you have to put it up like immediately. Now, the loophole is if they bought it, like if they went to like art.com and they're like, oh yeah, I bought this, picture of a cat. Or if they were like, I had somebody else make a print of it, you can hold off on like hanging it up. But if they're like, I drew this picture, I literally handmade it and did not spend $1 on it, then I guess you have to put it up. The only good thing is I hope that this guy eventually got to take the picture down. Maybe they broke up and he got to sell it on eBay. You might be able to make a bunch of money on eBay for that, $2, maybe $3. I don't know. I will say, this makes me think of a good story. I dated a girl one time in Chicago, and she made me a handmade gift. And this is how stupid it was. I had some pajama pants, and they tore. They tore at the crotch. Don't ask me why. I'm a very athletic pajama pants wearer. Do a lot of exercises before I go to sleep. And so she was like, oh, let me fix these for you. Like she was going to like sew the crotch back up and fix them. And I was like, oh, that's great. Like I won't have to go drop money, at the, sewing place to get them fixed. So I give her the pants. Okay. I never see the pants again. They're gone. And these were really nice college pajama pants, for my college. Southeast Missouri State University, go Redhawks, best fucking college in the country. So, I never bring it up because you know how it is. Like when you're in a new relationship, you're like super polite and you tolerate a lot of things. And my pajama pants are gone. So then at Christmas, she gives me my gift and she had taken my pajama pants and cut them up and made a small bag out of them. And that was the gift, was a pajama pants bag that she had made out of my pajama pants. And the one thing, I had to act like it was like really neat. I was like, oh, this is great. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, where the fuck are the rest of my pajama pants? I mean, this little bag, like it took you, I'm a tall, big dude. Where are the rest of my pants? But yeah, man, I don't know. Homemade gifts. Obviously, if you're going to do a homemade gift, that's great. But I think the moral of that is don't use someone's pajama pants and destroy them to make a gift. I'm not going to lie. I broke up with her like 4 days later. It was a nightmare. All right, let's keep going on. This person put a James Blunt CD. Okay, I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't have a clue who James Blunt is. I guess I should Google him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the coolest guy when it comes to music, but that kind of brings up a really good point when it comes to Christmas gifts is when people give you gifts that are more for them and less for you, right? And I've gotten those gifts where like someone will like give you a movie that they really, really, really like. They'll be like, look, I got Legally Blonde 2. And then I'm like, oh, that's great. I don't like that movie. But that's great because now it gives you something to do. And I hate gift givers like that, where they give you a gift, but it's more for them and it's not for you. So I would assume the James Blunt CD was more for the person giving it to you. I hate those people that give you gifts that are clearly for them and not for you. But it's weird because they use it as like a way to like secretly get more stuff into your apartment. So don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Don't use Christmas gifts as a way to inject your culture or pop culture into somebody else's life. So James Blunt CD, yeah, that's a sucky gift because you don't like James Blunt. They probably do, but then they're thinking, well, now I got something to listen to when I'm hanging out in your house. And I think that's just plain selfish. Do not give a gift that is more for you and less for them. If you're getting more benefit out of the gift than they are, that's not good. It's kind of like guys who will give their girlfriends, and this is usually guys giving girlfriends like sexy gifts, like sexy outfits or, vibrators or things that they'll get more benefit out of versus, the significant other. That's not good. So the moral of the story is if the gift gives you more pleasure than it gives them, it's probably not a good gift. Don't do that. Don't be that person. All right, moving on. This person put, for Christmas, my ex made me a Christmas meal. Now, there was no details about the meal, but they cooked a meal. I'm not going to lie. That's a shitty gift. Okay? Like a Christmas meal is a shitty gift. Like cooking for someone, that's not a gift. I don't believe that that's a gift. Like that works for like birthdays. Like if you're like, hey, it's your birthday meal and I paid for it. Like that makes sense to me. But if your gift for Christmas is like, we're dating and I think I love you and I made you this, ramen noodle bowl, that's not a gift. It's not a gift. I don't know. To me, I think a gift is like something you get to keep or cherish. I don't think a gift is like something edible. Personally, I think you can use an edible gift as an add-on gift. If you're like, hey, I got you this video game system plus a box of chocolates. Boom. That's where the edible gift kind of comes into play. Kind of like a side gift. Like there's Batman and Robin. Batman's the PlayStation 5. Robin is more of the box of chocolates. They kind of go together. But you can't do an edible gift by itself. Because, you eat it and then that's it. Now, if it's an edible gift where you get to keep the item at the end, kind of like if you go to a baseball game and you buy, a replica batting helmet filled with nachos, and then after you've eaten all of the nachos out of the helmet, you get to, obviously wear it as a hat after the game. That's kind of the loophole. I can see that. So if you're going to buy somebody an edible gift, make sure they get to keep, what's left. So like if you make them a Christmas meal, make sure that it's on like a diamond encrusted gold plate that has their name on it. And then they get to keep the plate, or they get to keep like a cup or something like that. But, I think the moral of the story is don't make a meal or give somebody something edible unless there is a keepsake that is the main gift attached to it. Scientifically, I think that makes sense, but let's keep going. The next one here, this is one, obviously alcohol. Someone just put, I got alcohol. A lot of people love to give alcohol during Christmas, like bottles of wine. Like I still have bottles of wine in my house from like people who gave it to me from like Christmases that were probably like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I don't really drink that much. But I get it. The holiday season can be kind of depressing for some people. And obviously, with COVID, might be a little bit more depressing. So I could see where, you might need a stiff drink to get through the holidays. But I agree. A bottle of alcohol, it's kind of a shitty gift. And I'll say this, and here's why. Because you got to remember, like 95 to probably 98.75% of the population has no knowledge when it comes to wine or alcohol. Or like, I'm not going to lie. You could serve me a bottle of like Trader Joe's $5 wine, and I wouldn't know the difference between that and like, let's say like a $70,000 bottle of like French wine that was stolen, from Adolf Hitler when they, conquered Berlin at the end of World War II. I couldn't taste the difference. Like I wouldn't even know. That's why I always, choose cheap wine, because to me it all tastes the same. And that's the problem, I think, with bottles of wine. Like if you're going to give your significant other a bottle of wine, I guess let it have some meaning to it or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like the first bottle of wine you had when you went on your first date. I don't know. But I know a lot of people, here's what they'll do is they'll give you like a bottle of alcohol. And if you really take the time to like look it up, It's probably like a $5 bottle of wine. And a lot of people do that during the holidays because, like the bottle looks really, really fancy and the label's really nice. But in reality, the bottle's probably, the glass that the bottle is actually made out of is probably worth more than the wine that's actually in the bottle. So I don't know. My big thing is like, don't give alcohol as a gift during the holidays, or don't give like alcoholic gifts. Like someone one time gave me a cocktail shaker. I don't know why I give off the vibe of like a swinger from the 70s who needs like a cocktail shaker and like a collection of mixers. I don't understand. Maybe it's because I have like a dark, hairy beard. I can sometimes, if I don't shave for a couple of minutes, I can resemble a porn star from 1973. So I get that. But I don't think you should be giving gifts over the holidays that, I guess what I'm saying like is push alcoholism, which brings me to my next gift is somebody gave me some edibles, which is marijuana. In reality, that's not a bad gift. That's just a gift that keeps on giving. The next one is somebody got a Cameo for Christmas. And if you don't know what a Cameo is, go to like cameo.com. And cameo.com is like this website where like lower tier celebrities, and I think I've talked about this on past episodes, but it's like celebrities that like maybe were like in a few episodes of a show. Or I'll use, for example, is if you didn't know, if you ever watched Seinfeld, they had the really famous Soup Nazi, episode with the Soup Nazi guy. And that actor obviously hasn't done really anything, I don't think, since then. And it made him like a pop culture icon, no soup for you. And so, he's on this app called cameo.com, and you can pay him, tons of money to literally film like a shitty video on his phone of him like giving a shout out. So like if I was going to go on and I pay him a ton of money to like tell my wife like Merry Christmas and no soup for you, ha 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 ha. And that's the video, and it costs a lot of money. I don't think it's worth it. They were very upset that they got a Cameo, which I get it because it's a shout out from a random celebrity. It's so forced. I saw a few examples of the cameos, and you can even tell like one actor didn't even like try and memorize the name or at least put up a cue card. They literally just were looking down and just like reading it off a piece of paper. It was so sad. They were just like, "Oh, hey, I just want to do a shout out to Nick I don't know, the guy's last name that sounds like it should be a dish at a restaurant, in the Bronx." But don't do cameos. I think cameos are fun as a birthday gift. And I will say, I did do, I hired a Tom Cruise impersonator to do a video birthday shout out to my wife, and it was a huge hit. I would never do that as a Christmas gift, but I would suggest that if you're going to do like a cameo shout out from a lower tier celebrity or a celebrity impersonator, that's a birthday gift or like an anniversary gift or something like that. That is not a Christmas gift. So I could see where like a cameo gift would probably really, really upset you. Okay, so our last one we're going to talk about today, because I think this is a really, really important topic, is that someone put that they got a framed movie ticket stub from their boyfriend. And it was the stub from, I guess they went to like on their first romantic date. And she said, I had only been dating him a month, and this is what he got me. Whereas she put, and I guess this was like a couple of years ago, she got him a PlayStation 4. And a PlayStation 4, when they first came out during the time, I think it was like a $400, $500 gift. And then he gave her, a ratty old, movie stub. And he probably got like a frame from Rite Aid that, was probably like $3 and framed it. But that brings up like a really interesting point during Christmas is, do you think the gifts should have equal value? I do. I do. I believe that if I give you like a $10 gift, and this is my own personal opinion, I expect a $10 value gift back. I hate when people cheap out on you. And that sucks, like obviously I think this guy probably knew that he was going to get like a video game system, and then he went out and spent no money, but he tried to go like the meaningful romantic route which when I say it, you're like, oh, that's so romantic and it sounds so wonderful. But in reality, when you really think about it, it's like, no, he was a cheap bastard. He got a super expensive, awesome gift, and he gave this poor girl a shitty piece of paper in a shitty frame. And that's terrible. Because that brings up a good point. Are you the type of person that likes a gift that has a lot of emotional meaning? Like it has more emotional value? Because obviously, the ticket stub has a lot of emotional value because it was their first date and it was like a special moment. Maybe it was like their first kiss or whatever. A lot of emotional weight there, but only probably costs $5 to make versus the PlayStation 4 that, really doesn't have any emotional weight to it, but is a really awesome fucking gift and costs a lot of money. So number one, to this young lady who submitted this, I salute you for only dating this douche for like a month or two and giving him, like probably the ultimate guy gift, whereas he turned around and gave you, a really, really shitty gift. And see, here's the thing is, I don't know what the economic background of that is. Maybe he was like, didn't have any money or whatever and tried to be really special. I don't know that backstory there. But from the info that I'm seeing here, don't be that person. Don't go the ultra cheap route, but, try and sell it as very emotional, like romantic. Don't take a piece of shit, wrap it up in some fucking gold tinfoil and try and sell it as like, this is the most romantic, meaningful gift that literally just cost me a couple of minutes to make in the toilet. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Give a real gift. Go to the store. Do some research. I don't know. Which brings me, I guess, I said that was going to be our last one, but here's the last one because this is my biggest pet peeve, is a gift card or cash. At the end of the day, I believe that the holiday season, I like gifts. I still prefer gifts. Even if it is a shitty gift, it's still a gift. There is some sort of meaning behind it. If you give cash to someone for Christmas, I don't know how to take that. I mean, I like money, don't get me wrong. I love money. But doesn't it almost feel like that your like family or your spouse is like, hey, you give off this sense of like, you need this. Like, here's a 50. Seems like you might need it, buddy. That's how I take like money gifts. Or people like, hey, here's $100 bills, kid. Survive out there. Cash is such a way because cash is easy. Like I went to the ATM and I got you some cash and I shoved it into a shitty card. Merry Christmas, or here's a check. I don't know. I just, to me, I feel like cash is like such a weird thing because there's no meaning behind it. Also, I take it as like, well, did they think I'm poor? Like I live in a house. We have clean water. I'm not really hurting right now. But thank you. Thank you so much. It's great to know that you see me as a semi-broke homeless person during the holiday season. And then gift cards. Gift cards too. Like I hate gift cards because I've gotten some really shitty gift cards to like places I would never ever shop at. Or like shops that like don't even exist here. Like one time somebody gave me a gift card to Cracker Barrel. And I live in California. The closest Cracker Barrel to me is like 2 hours away. Like why are you giving me a gift card to this? It doesn't make sense. I don't like gift cards either because in reality, like people will give you like a gift card for $20, but you'll go to that store. You're not just going to be able to spend $20. You'll probably spend more of that. So now more of your own personal money has gone into the gift. Or here's my really bad gift card story. One time I got a gift card, and it was for like $30 to a clothing store. Okay. And I was like, okay, well, $30 to a clothing store. Yeah, I might be able to find like a shirt or something. I was like, well, maybe, like there's like a shirt or an accessory or something I can buy for this $30. I had some high hopes. I go to the store. Number one, the gift card is only to one store in one location in one state in one city. All right. Like it's not like a chain. Like if you're going to give a gift card, at least make it a chain. It's like, here's your Taco Bell gift card because I know Taco Bells are everywhere. So I get this gift card. And granted, it's a little boutique store, a little mom and pop, little independent business, right? Which is good. You should support your independent businesses. And I go in And I'm like, I got this $35 gift card. I could probably buy something. Okay. So I go to the rack and I look through the shirts, and they're kind of shirts, a little hipster. And the style was a little like hipster meets the brawny man, meets the only you can prevent forest fires bear guy. That's kind of the vibe the store gave off. I feel like this is the store I would shop at if I was going to start a coffee shop and, run it. I feel like I'd have to grow like a mustache and like curl the ends of it. So, but, granted, I got to spend the money, right? I got the gift card, and I only had a short period of time because I was leaving the next day to come back to the West Coast. So I go in the store, look at the shirts. Not my style, but, might as well pick one up because I have the gift card. I find a shirt that I like. I'm like, oh, this is kind of good. This doesn't, this says kind of West Coast and less coffee shop, bear, paper towel clean guy. And I look at the price tag. The shirt was $170. My gift card is for $35. So I think to myself, I'm like, okay, well maybe I have a good palate for fashion and taste. Maybe I just found like the most expensive shirt in the store. Let's look for an economically more, not as expensive shirt. So I keep looking through the store. And then I downgraded. I was like, well, I can't afford a button down nice dress shirt because it's $173. How about a polo? Polo? No, it's $112. Okay, polo's not going to do it because I don't want to pay the difference of that. Then I look at the T-shirt, $85. $85 for a T-shirt. So now I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm in a store where probably all this stuff is handmade, right? Or it's like they got it made in China and they just like jack the price up or whatever. I don't know. But it's like I can afford nothing in this store with the gift card. And I looked around, I looked at the pants, I looked at the hats, I looked at the shoes. Everything, I kid you not, everyone, everything costs almost $100, if not more, in this store. Granted, I now put it together why no one is shopping in this store, because it's like I love small businesses. I will support small businesses, but if I go into your small business and you're going to charge me like $100 to $200 for like a candle, I can't afford that. I'm sorry, but if the candle's like $20, like I'll consider it. Yes, I can do that. So I finally, after looking in the store, what felt like, I would say about like 10, 15, 20 minutes, I finally go to the kid who works there. And I just literally was like, dude, I have a gift card for $35. What can I get for $35? And it's really funny because it kind of caught him off guard. Obviously you don't ever ask that in the store, but he had to think about it. He had to sit back and he's like, let me think about that. What's around $35? What's under $35? He goes, I know. He goes, that over there. And he points to this wall, and there's a little shelf. And the shelf has like aftershave and bars of soap. And he goes, you can get that right there for $30. And I kid you not, it was a bar of soap. So I ended up buying a $30 bar of, I guess, like organic hipster, only you can prevent forest fires soap. And the sad thing is the soap wasn't even really that unique. I remember this because I remember how ridiculous this was. It was a little green bar of soap. It looked like a bar of soap that you would buy at like Target or Walmart, where you can get like a 30-pack of these bars of soap for, probably $10. And that's what it was. So that's what I ended up getting, was a bar of soap. And I'm not going to lie, I don't even remember using it. But that brings me to my point is like, don't give gift cards for Christmas. Unless the person really, really likes that place, then give them a gift card to that place. But don't give people gift cards to places that aren't even where they live, aren't where they normally shop. Don't give them if you're going to give me where they shop, for example, if you were going to give me a gift card to a place where a shirt is almost $200, give me a gift card that's $200. Don't do that to me. Don't give me a gift card to ooh, I got you a gift card to, this amazing diamond store in Manhattan. The gift card's for $20, but the cheapest thing is actually only, $10,000. Don't do that. That's kind of a shitty cop-out gift. So I guess the moral of the story, because that's kind of our last topic today, as I'm getting the signal that our time is running out for this episode, is that during the holidays, guys, it's going to be a tough holiday because COVID's getting crazier. I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to visit their significant others during Christmas because, flights and things like that. So really focus on getting people a good gift. A really good gift. Because in my personal opinion, get them a good gift or don't give them a gift at all. Don't give them a gift that's going to upset them or piss them off because that's worse than not giving them a gift. So if you give a gift, and this is my personal opinion and theory, is that if you find out that they're going to get you a PlayStation 5, you better fucking get them a gift that is equal value to that. I personally believe that. If someone's going to give you a $500 gift, you better come back with at least a $500 gift. Because as you guys know, the holidays is like the biggest make or break when it comes to date. I don't know if you guys knew that. Like statistically, a lot of couples break up during the holidays. And it's all due to poor gift giving. I have broken up, I think, with 4 women because of poor gift giving. I'll say that. I will admit that. Because they were terrible gifts. They had no thought. I found, the other day is Valentine's Day. That's also the other biggest, I know it's supposed to be the biggest love holiday of the year. That is also considered, if you did not know, the biggest breakup holiday of the year. Because, I think number 1 when it comes to breakups is cheating. If you cheat on your boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other, obviously you break up. Number 2 is terrible gifts. Terrible gifts, terrible Christmas gifts. If you give somebody a terrible Christmas gift, your boyfriend or girlfriend, they usually break up. And that's life, people. But going back to my topic, guys, I hope your holiday season is off to a good start. I know things are crazy out there. I really hope that this episode brought a little cheer, a little smile to your face. Remember, if you ever want to be on the Nimble Urban Survivor, feel free to reach out to me via my website at www.catellicomedy.com. I know there's always a lot of amazing podcasts out there you could be listening to, so I really appreciate that you took the time to listen to mine. So again, guys, thank you for listening to the Nimble Urban Survivor with me, your host, Nick Catelli. Have a great holiday season. Remember, survive out there, be happy. We're going to get through this, and we're going to have a really good motherfucking holiday season. I love you guys. Have a good week.